It's Derby week in the Ville, and women's tennis has completed a fine season in 2012. I'm Sean Moth. Thank you for watching. You know the head coach, Mark Beckham, and we're going to roll back to the Big East Championship down in Florida. It started with a draw against a Pitt team, number 6 seed Cards, number 11 seed Pitt, and your 4, 5, and 6 combined with the doubles to make quick work. And when you're running a marathon, so to speak, and you don't want to be on the court a lot, your team did a great job in their opening round match.
Yeah, going into the tournament, you want to be, the top 4 seeds so you can get that bye in the first round. But to a certain extent, it actually helped us being able to play that first match. There's not a practice that I could have come up with that would have been as good as that match that we played on that particular day. So, not to discredit Pittsburgh, but we were better than them.
Yeah.
And it allowed us to work on some things, get some match play in to where we truly had to focus, but yet we weren't necessarily threatened. We knew we were going to win that match. So it actually ended up helping us for later on in the tournament.
And we've talked about it before. Obviously, it's great to have a number 1 that can power through, but the win in that match counts just as many as the win at number 6. And the girls at 4, 5, and 6 did a great job for you in that one.
I always stress that. It's like sometimes we get caught up in, where you're playing in the lineup and that kind of thing, but you don't get bonus points for playing number 1 or 2. Everything counts the same. So, and truly, they really don't realize it, but as coaches, we know that the matches are truly won at 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Because 1 and 2, they're also good. You really don't know who's going to win.
Sure.
So if you have strong 4, 5, and 6, that's how you truly consistently win throughout a season. And they stepped it up and they played really well, and there was no drama involved in that one. They really took care of business. Yeah.
Cards won the one they were supposed to. Then it was up seeding. They had the number 3 seed in the tournament, Syracuse, and Syracuse had stumbled a little bit coming down the stretch, and we talked on our last show that Mark was pretty optimistic. The team had a pretty nice draw, and you were right. You guys, you pulled off the upset. That's got to be real gratifying for this team that's worked so hard this year.
Yeah, we got off to a rough start. Julia was hurt towards the beginning of the year, recovering from a broken foot, and it wasn't for lack of effort or playing poorly. We just had a bunch of matches where we lost 4-3. It was just a couple points here and there, and we weren't able to capitalize. But towards the back half of the season, we played better, got some good wins, beat some good teams, and we were just really, really confident. So being able to play Syracuse in that situation, having played the day before, getting used to conditions, used to courts, and that was their first match.
Yep.
They caught us at a bad time for them, but obviously a great time for us.
Sure.
So it was good to see. We played really well, and the thing that I liked most about that particular match, that's the highest pressure you're going to have all year long. Conference tournament, playing against a higher seeded team. We stepped up at the crucial points, and it was good to see. We played really well on that day, and couldn't ask for too much more.
So that put the Cards in the semis, and they drew the number 2 seed USF, playing on their home courts, and an opportunity to shock the world, so to speak. And it said 4-0, but the 3 remaining matches were all matches the Cards were basically winning. So as you look at it, you can say, well, 4-0, they had rolled. That wasn't the case at all. You guys put in a battle.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you were in it when you have other coaches that are coming up to you. Man, you guys had a chance there in that semifinal as well. So when you have other coaches coming to you and kind of saying that, you know that you were right there. So the final score was 4-0, but there was a doubles point, obviously early in the match that we should have won. I think we should have won it. And if we win that doubles point, people don't understand how, that completely changes the mindset of the team that's down 1-0.
Sure.
How they have to play in their singles and the pressure that they have. So we missed out on that. They took it from us. So now they're playing a little bit more relaxed. So Sarah Miller had a 7-6, 7-6 match. If we win the doubles point, I don't know if she loses both of those sets.
Right.
Julia had a really tight second set. I don't know if we win that doubles point, if she loses that set. So there's a lot of things that, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But the last 3 matches that we're on, we were up in. So it was about as tight as you can have it. And there was about a 15-minute window in the doubles where we just did not capitalize, played poorly, and turned out that, that kind of cost us. So like I've been telling everybody, I don't want to be too greedy with it. I think we had a good year, good conference tournament, but man, we were close to being in the finals.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to be a program that's only satisfied with championships, and the Cards are certainly on that trajectory. Looking at the all-tournament team, or the all-Big East team, I should say, 12 members of that team, and 2 were Cardinals. Congratulations to Julia Felleroff, a second-time selection, as just a sophomore. And Becca Shine, she always kind of hides there at number 2. I mean, she had another strong season for you, and credit to both for getting that honor.
Yeah, I mean, it's good especially for Julia, her coming off her injury and still being able to play good tennis and do well. She was always playing catch up because of the injury. She'll never, I mean, it's just not her makeup. She'll never admit to that, but she was always just a little bit behind because of the injury. So she was still able to win matches, not necessarily playing her best tennis, and that just kind of a credit to her. And Becca, excuse me, she's been solid all year long.
Yeah.
And I think Julia Fellerhoff kind of gets all the pub, but Becca is right there. I mean, Becca's actually had the highest national ranking in the history of women's tennis, so she's been doing her thing, but like you said, she's been kind of in the background a little bit. But the coaches of the conference recognized how good Julia is and how good Becca is, so it was good for them. And for Becca to do it, because I kind of found her. She was kind of hidden, and I knew she was going to be a pretty good player, but I didn't expect her to be this good this fast.
Yeah.
So she's one of those success stories. She makes coaches feel good. It's like, man, that girl works hard, and she's actually getting rewarded for her hard work. So
Super Softs will be back. 3 players will be done with their careers, and certainly they had the senior day ceremony, but Sarah Miller, Amelia Harris, and Gabby Duncan, I know that you kind of create your own relationship with each player. Each player is unique, and those 3 will leave their mark on U of L tennis.
Definitely. I mean, they were my first recruits ever on the women's side, so I did my first begging and pleading with those, please come and play for me. So, they were a good foundation for us, good base. Amelia grew into a good leader. She didn't say a whole lot, but as time went on, she did voice herself, and when she did, it's like, people paid attention and listened. Sarah Miller, she's always had that leadership quality about her, so she's always kind of been there and been someone where the other girls looked up to. Gabby is just an absolute fierce competitor. She doesn't say a whole lot, but when she's on the court, it's real easy to see that she's competing like crazy. So for those 3 to come through my program and, like I said, be my first recruits, they've helped this program to a certain extent raise itself, and
Sure.
I've learned a lot from them. And they basically put the foundation for the great things that I think are coming here in the near future.
No question. Congratulations on a great season. Appreciate all your time this year.
Thank you.
For Mark Beckham, I'm Sean Moth. We look forward to great things to come from U of L women's tennis. We appreciate you watching right here on CardsTV.